Hello there, friends. It's Dylan from Alternate Universes here, bringing you another run of Modern. On the left, we have Daniel Giasanti playing Grixis JK. It's actually Rakdos Scam, but he's playing Squee instead of Croxa. And on the right, we have Shaka Pinto playing Rakdos Scam, but with Croxa instead of Squee. Both of these lists are... I actually don't think Dan's playing Scam exactly. I think he's just playing like Rakdos good stuff. I didn't see any Undying cards in his deck, but I didn't look too hard.
I don't know. This hand does
So yeah,
feel you like
Shaka's going to start. We're going to play Blackleaf Blitz. We're going to Thoughtseize.
instead of just
Seeing Inquisition, Seasoned Pyromancer, Torok, Dread Cantor, Dragon's Rage Channeler, and a Dothy Voidwalker. Taking the Voidwalker makes sense to me. And 2 lands. There's 2 lands there. I imagine these games are going to be very quick. I can't... I doubt... I really doubt they're going to be going that long. So we're going to shock in, play Dragon's Rage Channeler here. Going to 18.
I won it in this deck though, but like that's when I really want to win. I do, yeah.
Alright. Shaka. Again. Casting a Thoughtseize.
drag.
Revealing the new card of Ragavan, Nimble Pilferer.
I wanted you to kill the Darcy and get it hit by the Ragavan, and you're not doing that. So
It's a very good card.
I guess I'll take the Ragavan. Monkey dead. Hand is all cards you knew already.
Playing Inverted Catacombs, passing the turn.
Inquisition targeting you, Surveil trigger first.
Daniel casting an Inquisition, getting a Surveil trigger here.
I'll leave it.
Getting a look at Shaka's hand this time. We'll see Pyro, Croxa, Undying card, Bloodstained Mire. I imagine you just take the Seasoned Pyromancer.
Hit Spyro, you just Crocs. I'm thinking, sorry. Talking loud. You can Crocs of Feign Death as you turn 3. I'm kind of okay with that, I guess. Yeah, I guess take Spyro. And so you have Feign Death, Crocs, Mire. Okay.
Alright, we're fetching here. Probably just getting a tapped Blood Crypt.
I have me at 15.
Yep, I missed
Or
it.
potentially a basic swamp.
15 to 18.
Tap Blood Crypt indeed.
Use grab
I imagine if he fetches, if he draws a fetch for next turn, he'll fetch out a basic swamp.
Get you down to 14,
Or he has the Bloodstained Mire in hand, duh.
and then you are good to go.
Yeah. Just in case, like, Dan's playing Blood Moon, you want access to your black mana. Otherwise, you can't scam people. I think Shaka's debating on the play he wants to do here. So I do think Croxa into the Undying card's probably the best one. Just rip 2 cards from his hand. And then he feel the art for Croxa for the next turn, as long as you have a fetch.
Crocs of Feign Death. I guess first trigger, I will discard a Torok. Okay, I'll discard a Spyro.
Alright. There's the Croxa. It came back. It discarded another card. It died again.
I don't crack, I untap. Draw, I'm still not delirious.
I feel like the Elder Giants,
Soldier's creature.
design-wise, like, where they have to be escaped to stay around, I think I like that a lot.
14.
I want to say it's good design, but the cards are so strong.
Basic, red.
I don't know if you can ever say Uro was good design at all for any part of it.
Spyro. I do.
There was design elements there. That or they just threw
Well, I won't have delirium. So
darts
still seething.
at a board.
Shake my head at me.
Alright, season Pyromancer. I'm gonna draw 2 cards here.
Love to
No elementals made, because there's no non-lands discarded. Or anything discarded, really, but
see. It wasn't that insane, guy.
that Chandler, swing it in for 1. Going the distance. Going to draw a Shiza. Perfectly timed. Escape out the Croxa.
I'll discard Inquisition.
Takes Inquisition away from Dan.
Pass to you.
No, he's not going last.
Am I playing this 1-1?
I'm going last. I'm gonna need you.
12 to 17. Alright. Squeak.
Alright, there's Squee, Dubious Monarch from Dominar United. If you don't know what that card does,
Oh, no. None of them are.
I'll read it to you, don't you worry.
It's Rabble Master.
Oh, alright. Squee, the Dubious Monarch, is a 3-drop with haste. It is a 2/2. And whenever Squee attacks, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token that's tapped and attacking. And then you may cast Dubious Monarch from your graveyard by paying 3 red and exiling 4 other cards from your graveyard rather than paying its mana cost. So it kind of has like a mini escape effect on it. It's cute. It makes some dudes. It's not great when your opponent has a Croxa, but hey. Alright, Croxa's going to attack in. We're going to get the trigger, forcing Daniel to discard his last card in hand.
I'm out.
Coming in for 6 here, going down to 11.
It's not that big, bro. So I was not comfortable.
I wonder what Shaka has in hand. They should both be unknown cards. Alright, just passes. Maybe the one isn't. The one might be known.
Combat.
No, yeah, they both should be unknown. He had Mire, Croxa, Undying card, land. Alright, plays a bolt, kills the Squee. No attack trigger for the Dubious Monarch. I just love the fact that his name is Dubious, or his title is Dubious Monarch.
11. 11. Pass it back to you. Give this fear? Sure.
Alright, 2 mana is going to give Fear to Croxa.
I will Undelirious Unholy.
Going to Unholy Heat, Surveil trigger, hoping to find Delirium.
It is still
Does not find the type he is missing. It will only do 2 damage.
down to 2.
Going to crack in. This is going to do 9 total damage now, putting Dan to 2. Meaning he is dead to the attack trigger of Croxa next turn if he doesn't keep a card in hand or find removal for the Croxa. Keep a non-land in hand, I should say, but... Alright, plays Verdant Catacombs, passes a turn.
You want Terminate?
2 mana, Dasher Ragavan. He's going to send the squad.
That's a black
Exiles a
creature
Grief.
Block Croxa. I can't
A Grief
cast
will
that
not
because
prevent
I'm dead.
Croxa from killing Dan. And Shaka will take game 1 with Rakdos Scam over Rakdos Midrange. And we'll be right back with game 2 in like 4 seconds.
18.
There's a Blood Crypt. My voice. There's a Blood Crypt into a Dragon Thread Channeler into a Mishra's Bauble. I think we've seen that play, or very similar to that play, 1,000 times with Steam vents into Channeler into Bauble.
And then pass to you.
Or if you play
Bauble.
Legacy, Vulcan did it. Chandler into Bauble. Did not forget my Legacy players. Speaking of Legacy, I'll be at the Legacy Pit Open this weekend. Hanging out. Probably playing a Modern RCQ. Not sure if I'm playing in the Pit Open this year. But we'll see. I am... not really feeling the Legacy format at the moment. But that could also just change Friday, where I'm like, I'll sign up.
Is there an undying malice in my future?
No. I gotta wait for my commander to come out.
Alright. Shock is going to evoke a Fury, pitching Terminate. I imagine there's an Undying card. Yep, there we go. Is that one Undying Malice? Undying Evil. I always forget which one's which. And the arts are very, like, non-descriptive. But anyways, that Fury is now a 4/4. Which means it's going to be hitting for 8 damage. Which is terrifying. Absolutely, positively terrifying. A Dauthi Voidwalker cannot block. Can't block anything that's not Dauthi Voidwalker. It blocks other things with Shadow, but like I cannot name a single other card with Shadow that's good. At least in Modern. There's Dauthi Voidwalker. You ever think of a really bad joke and you're like, let's not make it. Not like an uncouth joke, but like just a bad pun. Hopefully Dan has Terminator Dreadboard to kill the Fury here. Because it is out of bolt range, and Dan does not have Delirium. Plus, there's a Dauthi Voidwalker, so cards don't really go to the graveyard anymore.
No, to be honest,
Soaking Zone.
it was like a.
Right, 3 mana Seasoned Pyromancer, discarding it looks like 2 lands into the Abyss. Drawing 2.
You know, it's just extra. It's just shipping and handling at that point.
Now, hopefully Shaka doesn't just have 2 removal spells in hand. Because if that's the case, Dan is dead.
Past you.
But at the very least, Shaka can attack in with the Fury and the Dauthi here. Dan blocks with Dauthi, blocks with Pyro. Loses both of his creatures, but... Okay, dashes Ragavan. Goes to combat, attacks in for a lot of damage.
Block, go down to 2.
Looks like Pyro's blocking the Ragavan. It's going to just take 8 down to 2, which I feel like is a little dangerous, considering...
Everything's exiled? I think everything's exiled, right? Damage, yep.
You're playing against the Bolt deck?
It's a different pile.
I guess the Ragavan... I don't know. Is the Ragavan hit scarier than the Fury hit there? I feel like I wouldn't take the Fury hit. I could be wrong.
If you play each other's Voidwalkers, if I have your Voidwalker and I sack it, it gets exiled with the Void counter. Because it's a replacement effect. Yeah, so you can, like, you can't kill it at sorcery speed at least. Fun interaction that I...
You guys gonna check out his hand?
I had
See what he draws for turn here. Hopefully find there's a way to remove the Fury.
But that being said, I am very dead. What's in my grip?
Alright, it's going to cast Inquisition. Sees Torok and land. Takes the Torok.
Yeah, you got it. Games. Yeah.
And it's just going to scoop it up. Shock is going to take a 2-0 Rakdos game over Rakdos Midrange. Thank you for watching, folks. Have a great rest of your day, and I hope your opponents don't put a 4/4 Fury on the board against you. Goodbye.